I'm about to unleash about Shedeur Sanders, brought to you by FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. I just watched what happened to Shedeur Sanders in the Cleveland Browns' third and final preseason game. And I'm outraged, I'm sickened, and I'm saddened by the way Shedeur continues to be treated in the National Football League, now by those sorry-ass Browns and sorry-ass Kevin Stefanski.
I also can't blame anybody who says, I don't necessarily trust this coaching staff to develop a quarterback or to evaluate the quarterback position. They have made some really oddball decisions at this position over the last several years, and I don't blame anybody for questioning, do these guys actually know what they're doing?
Imagine this, the Browns thought they finally hit the jackpot with their quarterback fairy tale, but instead, they just got ghosted harder than someone left on read after a bad Tinder match. Kevin Stefanski is reportedly losing his cool after Shedeur Sanders dipped out of Cleveland like it was a bad summer internship gone wrong. This ain't just a roster shakeup. This is full-on NFL drama, a soap opera with more twists than a Kardashian family meeting. So what really went down? Why did Shedeur bounce? And why is Stefanski pacing around like someone changed his Netflix password mid-binge? For years, the Cleveland Browns have been stuck in this endless heartbreak loop, cursed with quarterback after quarterback, each one hyped as the savior before crashing and burning in spectacular fashion. It's like watching a waiter try to juggle too many plates. One slip and boom, another season hits the floor. Every fall, another name gets slapped on that infamous jersey like a piece of duct tape trying to hold the dream together. That locker room isn't just filled with gear anymore. It's a haunted graveyard of broken promises, overthrown passes, and Sundays that felt more like punishment than football. Fans were starving for a miracle, and for a hot second, it looked like they actually had one. But just as hope started to rise, it vanished faster than a free beer at a tailgate. This wasn't some random late-round gamble. This was straight-up football royalty, the son of Deion Primetime Sanders. Shedeur didn't just stroll into Cleveland holding a football, he brought an entire aura with him, swagger, star power, and the kind of confidence that made fans believe the Browns might finally stop being the NFL's running joke. But just as quick as he arrived, he vanished. No emotional farewell, no press conference, not even a polite thanks for the shot. Shedeur Sanders ghosted Cleveland like it was a bad first date at Applebee's, gone before the appetizers even hit the table. Stefanski was left sitting there, staring at his untouched mozzarella sticks, looking like a man who just realized his dream job turned into a nightmare overnight. It's wild, it's messy, and it's classic Cleveland chaos at its peak. And believe it or not, this storm's just getting started. Stefanski, he didn't handle it well. Not even close. Being the Browns head coach already feels like aging in dog years. Every season piles on another decade, and his stress wrinkles have stress wrinkles at this point. So when the one quarterback he thought could finally save his career suddenly skips town, you don't expect him to just nod and sip his coffee. No chance. The man blew up like a pressure cooker. Word around the locker room is that Stefanski was obsessed with Shedeur. The man probably sat there daydreaming about highlight plays, sketching out trick formations on napkins, maybe even naming his fantasy team Shedeur Soldiers. He was convinced this was the guy, the one who'd finally flip Cleveland's script. But then, reality hit him like a Myles Garrett helmet swing straight to the ego, hard and humiliating. One minute it was dream season energy, the next, pure disaster. You could practically hear the Browns' bad luck curse laughing from the rafters. That curse, it's alive, loud, and still clowning the whole franchise. This is the same team that passed on both Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson in the same draft, walked away from two future MVPs like a kid trading his lunch money for a moldy PB and J. It's painful just thinking about it. The Browns have a talent for turning rising stars into memes and quarterbacks into late-night talk show punchlines. Johnny Manziel wasn't their savior. He became a Vegas headline. It's like every time Cleveland opens the door to success, they trip over.
Be a good quarterback. He's a rookie. He's going to learn. Now, you can't make those plays that you did in college. You can't take those sacks. As Fitz and Witt always inform me and educate me, because I'm a defensive player, so I'm not thinking about the way a quarterback is maneuvering to make sure he's not throwing incompletions, or how the sacks that they're taking is affecting the offensive line but not affecting his QBR and completion percentage, et cetera, et cetera. He's going to have to get over that. And I think he's trying to make sure the numbers look like they're supposed to look like, but this is the National Football League. Let the ball go. Live to fight another down. Save the yard.
The welcome mat, faceplant, and then act surprised it happened again. So when Stefanski got that call, The one saying Shedeur was gone, he didn't just get mad, he broke inside. Imagine spending months building your dream house, brick by brick, painting every wall, setting the couch just right, only for a tornado to tear it to pieces the day before move-in. That's Kevin Stefanski right now, standing in the ruins of his own dreams, realizing the Browns' curse just struck again, louder, meaner, and more personal than ever. That's the Cleveland Browns experience summed up in one brutal sentence. They build it up, they hype it up, they dream big. And then the storm hits like a freight train. Every single time it feels like they've found the one, that curse crawls out of hiding and smashes it all to bits. And now, the entire NFL's asking the same question. Why did Shedeur Sanders walk away from the Browns in the first place? Cleveland was ready to hand this man the keys to the city, a starting spot in the NFL, a fan base starved for a hero, and a spotlight brighter than the dog pound lights on Sunday night. That kind of loyalty doesn't come easy in this city. These fans bleed for their team. If Shedeur had given them even a hint of hope, they'd have carried him through downtown on their shoulders like a king. But every player who's ever stepped into that locker room knows exactly how this story goes. You walk in fired up, full of energy, ready to make history, and you leave drained, wondering where your passion disappeared to. Cleveland doesn't just test your talent, it breaks your spirit. It makes you question everything you ever believed about yourself. If Shedeur Sanders wants a long, legendary career, the Browns might be the last place to risk it. History's got the receipts to prove it. Just ask Baker Mayfield. The guy went from Heisman hype to league nomad faster than someone changing prices at a yard sale. Or ask Deshaun Watson. Got paid more money than some small country's entire GDP, only to spend half the season playing like he forgot which end of the football to hold. That's not bad luck. That's a curse, one carved deep into the franchise's DNA. And Shedeur, he's no fool. He's seen this movie before, and he already knows how it ends. Same script, different name. The Browns chew up quarterbacks and spit them out before the confetti even hits the ground. So instead of joining the tragic list of what could have been, Shedeur made a boss move. He took control of his destiny, flipped the script, and protected his name from getting buried under Cleveland's chaos. This wasn't betrayal, it was survival. Shedeur isn't just playing football, he's playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. His father, Dayon, drilled that mindset into him since day one. The game's not just about touchdowns, it's about power, control, and legacy. That's not a legacy, that's a straight-up warning label. This isn't just bad luck anymore. It's a full-blown cautionary tale written in orange and brown ink. And this time, the damage goes way beyond Kevin Stefanski's meltdown. The entire Cleveland fan base is combusting in real time. These fans have been through so much heartbreak, it's practically in their DNA. Hope in Cleveland isn't fragile. It's a full-on scam at this point. Every time they start to believe again, the universe snatches it away just to remind them who they are. So when the one quarterback who actually brought a flicker of light to this city decides he's done, it doesn't even feel like disappointment anymore. It feels cruel, like a prank from the football gods just to twist the knife. You can already picture it. Cleveland fans all over social media firing up Photoshop, sliding Shedeur's face into that cursed Browns quarterback jersey meme. You know the one. The endless collage of names like Brady Quinn, Tim Couch, and every other broken dream that's been duct taped onto that jersey over the years. That jersey isn't just history, it's a graveyard of crushed expectations. It's a giant enter at your own risk sign for any quarterback bold enough to think they can survive the Cleveland curse. But here's where it gets wild. Shedeur's exit isn't just another heartbreak for the Browns, it's a wake-up call for the entire NFL. That's not legacy, that's a hazard sign flashing in neon. This isn't just another chapter of bad luck. It's a full-blown...
I don't concern myself with outside type of things. But I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies. So we'll continue.
Horror story written in orange and brown with a side of heartbreak that only Cleveland could script. And this time, it's bigger than Kevin Stefanski losing his cool. The whole fan base is imploding at once. These people have survived so many gut punches, it's like heartbreak runs in their bloodline. Hope in Cleveland doesn't just break, it scams you first. Every time fans start believing that this is finally the year, the football gods show up like, not so fast. It's the cruelest cycle in sports. So when the one quarterback who brought even a flicker of light to this stormy city packs his bags and dips, it doesn't feel like disappointment. It feels like a setup, like some cosmic prank meant to remind everyone that happiness in Cleveland comes with an expiration date. You can see it now. Fans on social media going wild, firing up Photoshop, sliding Shedeur's face right into that cursed Browns quarterback jersey meme. The one with all the names, Brady Quinn, Tim Couch, and the endless list of what could have been stories taped together like a timeline of misery. That jersey isn't just a piece of fabric, it's a haunted relic, a massive enter at your own risk sign for any quarterback crazy enough to think they can outlast the curse. But here's the plot twist. Shedeur's exit isn't just another heartbreak for Cleveland. It's a warning shot to the entire NFL. It's the ultimate Cleveland meltdown. Chaos, comedy, and heartbreak all mashed into one explosive disaster. And this wasn't just about losing a quarterback. This was about losing the quarterback. Kevin Stefanski's job was already hanging by a thread so thin that one wrong play call could have snapped it. Now, that thread's gone and he's dangling over the edge with nothing but panic in his eyes. The Browns sold their fans on another round of "we're finally winning this year" dreams, while quietly serving up the same old maybe next season heartbreak they've been peddling for decades. Shedeur Sanders wasn't just another player. He was supposed to be Stefanski's redemption arc, his golden ticket out of football purgatory. Losing him wasn't just a roster change, it was a full-blown career crisis unraveling in real time. Picture it, Stefanski wandering the team facility like a ghost, clutching his playbook like it's a diary full of broken promises, mumbling to himself about the perfect system that nobody will ever get to see. The man spent sleepless nights drawing up plays, scripting schemes, chasing that one offensive masterpiece that might have saved his job, and now it's all worthless. All that effort gone in a puff of Cleveland smoke. This wasn't just business, this was personal. Shedeur didn't go knocking on Cleveland's door begging for a shot. The Browns came begging him to commit, and for a moment, he actually believed it. He thought this could be his comeback story, the one that silenced every doubt. But when Shedeur walked away, he didn't just leave a locker empty, he left the whole franchise standing there, speechless, like a teenager who spent months planning prom night, only to watch his date show up with the rival school's quarterback. It's pure heartbreak. Football edition. And here's the cold truth that stings the most. Cleveland was never Shedeur's first choice. Sure, they rolled out the red carpet, blasted the cameras, promised him the keys to the kingdom, maybe even tried to sell him the dream of being their next legend. But Shedeur isn't some wide-eyed rookie blinded by hype. He's smart, strategic, and fully aware of what kind of mess he was walking into. He's done his homework, he's watched the film, he's studied the history, he knows exactly what happens to quarterbacks who land in Cleveland. They don't ride into the Hall of Fame, they fade into the background, buried in that ever-growing football graveyard the Browns can't stop digging. Every few years, it's the same cycle. New savior, new slogan, same ending. So this time, Shedeur refused to be next on that tragic list. The reasons Shedeur bailed are almost too logical to ignore. Let's break it down. First off, the Browns' quarterback history, it's not a highlight reel.
Sanders is going to be bigger than Tim Tebow in terms of how people perceive his star. He will out Tebow because whatever his deficiencies are as a talent, there is no denying he's a star. He will be the greatest NFL draft story ever told. His entire story, from Jackson State to Colorado to slipping, whatever you want to call it, falling, slipping, getting pushed, blackballed, sent a message to the 5th round. He had the highest rated preseason game. He had 2 million viewers on the NFL.
It's a blooper reel with shoulder pads. Nobody survives long enough to become a legend. Draft pick after draft pick gets tossed straight into the fire, only to get roasted by chaos, bad luck, and whatever bizarre curse has been haunting that stadium since the dawn of time. So really, why would Shedeur volunteer to be the next victim in that never-ending horror flick? Second, stability, or better yet, the complete lack of it. Coaches in Cleveland come and go faster than Lake Erie weather. One minute you're installing a new offense, thinking maybe this time it sticks. The next, your playbook's useless because someone new just rolled in with a better plan. There's no rhythm, no structure, no direction, just a revolving door of false starts and shattered expectations. It's like football Groundhog Day. The same story, different names, and it always ends the same: disappointment. And then there's the elephant in the room, Deshaun Watson. That whole saga still hangs over the Browns like a thundercloud that refuses to move. The franchise backed up the Brinks truck for him, handed out one of the biggest guaranteed contracts in NFL history, and now they're chained to that decision like an anchor. Every move the team makes is dragged down by it. So when Shedeur looked at all that dysfunction, the curse, the chaos, the instability, the baggage, he didn't see opportunity. He saw a trap. Let's be honest, the return on that massive Watson investment has been rough. Any young quarterback walking into that situation knows exactly what they're stepping into. Not just a position battle, but a full-blown political war. You're not only competing for the starting spot, you're competing against a contract so big, the front office can't even admit it might have been a mistake. That's not opportunity. That's a trap dressed up in team colors. So Shedeur did what most players wish they had the guts to do. He made the smart move and walked away before the chaos swallowed him whole. In doing so, he didn't just protect his career, he turned the Browns into the punchline of the NFL again. Around the league, players, agents, and analysts are all nodding like, yeah, that tracks. It's basically an open secret now. If you want to ruin your career before it starts, go to Cleveland. But if you want to keep your sanity and your reputation intact, stay far, far away. Shedeur just pulled off what countless others only dream about. He said no before it was too late. And that one decision sent shockwaves across the NFL. Everyone's watching, laughing, whispering behind the scenes. Cleveland got ghosted again. Stefanski's meltdown? Oh, that's just getting started. The man's unraveling faster than a cheap jersey in the rain. These poor fans have been through more emotional trauma than a soap opera character who's died, come back, and died again. Every single season, Cleveland gets just enough hope to believe this might be the one. And every single time it's snatched away like Lucy yanking the football from Charlie Brown. Shedeur's exit, just the latest gut punch in a lifetime full of them. You can feel it in the city. That familiar sting. Some fans are probably already out there burning jerseys, even though Shedeur never played a single down for the team. That's how deep the emotions run in Cleveland. Heartbreak isn't just part of the fan base, it's part of the culture. And once again, the Browns have reclaimed their spot as the league's favorite punchline. But here's the craziest part. Shedeur doesn't even need to say a word. His silence is the statement. It screams louder than any press conference ever could. He doesn't want to be part of the circus, and by staying quiet, he's got the entire league hanging on every move he doesn't make. That's power. That silence gave him more control than a touchdown highlight ever would. By walking away, Shedeur didn't just protect his name, he flipped the narrative completely. Now the tables have turned. Instead of Shedeur chasing teams, teams are chasing him.
I don't think Shedeur Sanders ever starts a game for the Cleveland Browns. I don't believe he starts a game this year, obviously barring injury, which is the conversation you and I had. And if he doesn't get an opportunity to start a game this year because of injury and show something different than he was able to show this preseason, I don't believe they view him as a franchise builder, a franchise starter. And I'm gonna admit something on TV that you probably shouldn't. I'm rooting for Shedeur Sanders. I wanted to turn the film on and be able to come on First Take, be on Get Up, and be on NFL Live and pound the table that he has been done.
It's rare, that's bold, and that's exactly why the entire league is watching him through a new lens. Meanwhile, back in Cleveland, Stefanski and the Browns front office are once again left standing there holding the bag, looking dazed, confused, and desperate to spin the story however they can. You already know what's coming. We decided to move in a different direction, or it just wasn't the right fit. Please, everyone knows the truth. They wanted him badly. They saw Shedeur as the golden child, the savior, the one who could finally erase decades of mediocrity. And what did he do? He looked them dead in the eye and said, "No thanks." That rejection hit harder than any playoff loss because it confirmed what Cleveland's been avoiding for years. They're still not that team. They're still not the destination. They're still not the dream franchise for star quarterbacks. They're the team quarterbacks avoid like bad takeout on a road trip, the kind you regret before you even open the box. And that stings worse than any interception. Now, Stefanski's career is dangling by a single thread. Actually, scratch that, it's thinner than dental floss over a canyon. This story practically writes itself. The NFL is overflowing with drama, but only Cleveland can turn a quarterback saga into something that feels like a Shakespearean tragedy wrapped inside a slapstick comedy. Shedeur Sanders walking away isn't just a missed opportunity. It's a giant neon sign glowing over the franchise that screams, still cursed, still chaotic, still Cleveland. And the ripple effect? Oh, it's brutal. Across the league, young quarterbacks are watching this unfold like a slow-motion cautionary film. Eyes wide, thinking, if Shedeur bailed, maybe I should too. Agents are already whispering behind closed doors, warning their clients, stay far away from Cleveland unless you've got a thing for heartbreak or you're trying to become a future trivia question about wasted talent. The message couldn't be clearer. The Browns aren't a destination, they're a detour, a dead end dressed up as an opportunity. And while the rest of the league laughs or shakes their heads, Cleveland fans are right back at square one, staring down another season of false hope, clinging to belief like people who've been through 3 divorces and still think love might work out this time. They've seen this movie too many times, different actors, same ending. Yet somehow, they still buy tickets every fall. The dedication's real, but so is the pain. Stefanski can yell, slam clipboards, and hold as many team meetings as he wants, but here's the cold, painful truth. The most genius playbook in the world means nothing if you don't have the right quarterback to run it. And in Cleveland, they keep pushing their best talent right out the door like it's an off-season clearance sale. Shedeur walking away wasn't quitting. It was survival. It was a calculated move by a man smart enough to recognize the sinking ship before it even hit the iceberg. He saw the warning signs flashing in neon and chose to step off before the chaos dragged him down with it. Now Cleveland's back to square one again, desperate, scrambling, and diving into yet another chapter of the never-ending saga called Who Wants to Be the Next Sacrificial Quarterback? Spoiler alert, that list of volunteers keeps getting shorter by the year. While Stefanski fumes, ownership panics, and fans relive the same old heartbreak on repeat, Shedeur just sent a message louder than any touchdown celebration. He's not here to join the Cleveland curse, he's here to outsmart it. That's not running, that's rising above the wreckage. If you enjoyed this wild breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share. Because trust me, this story's only getting crazier from here. See you on the next one.